We are at the Start Playing facility where the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports is putting on a volleyball festival. This festival is assessing a number of local coaches who have been working with a number of schools around the island and introducing the sport of volleyball to the students who are interested in playing the sport of volleyball. We'll be here looking at all the activities being put on, all the skills, all the demonstrations, and the views of the various coaches and the participants of this program put on by the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports.
Actually, today is the culmination phase, or we will call it the evaluation phase, of a primary schools volleyball program that we have implemented from last term. We had 6 primary schools from the Castries Basin, including Mr. Dennis St. Clair's group in Richford, Dennery, that we was working with over the past 2 years. And so it's where we evaluate the progress or the work that the coaches have done with the children in the schools. We actually have 2 elite coaches from the Volleyball Association we're assisting. They're with the ministry on an internship program, and they go out to the schools and communities to assist with the development of the sport.
So we are actually seeing all of those coaches who were involved in that program. You said along with Dennis St. Clair, who's been a very experienced coach in St. Lucia evaluation stage.
Yes, we are. We have the Cuban coach at the ministry, Mr. Oviedo. There is also Julian Bissett and Joseph Clesse. Those are 2 beach volleyball players, very excellent in the region. And they're with the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, and Mr. Dennis St. Clair working with the Mabuya Valley, and in particular his base is in the Richford Primary School.
Okay, so now what are we actually seeing? We're seeing some drills being displayed. What else are we going to have as part of this evaluation?
Yeah, the first part of the session is drills and technical skill display by the various schools alongside the coaches that have been working with them. So you'll see an interchanging of schools with coaches who have not worked with the Ave Maria and the RC Boys schools, who will be crossing each other, and they will be working with Richford and Carmen Renier and those schools. And then later in the afternoon, after the lunch break, there will be an encounter between those schools.
So after the evaluation, what next? What will actually take place after today? Will you be continuing with a particular program, or will you be making an assessment of the actual coaches who are working in the program?
Like I indicated initially, is to see how they have implemented their knowledge onto the various students in the schools. We will assess the program following the activity today, and we'll see how we can take it forward. It is one of the programs in the ministry that we want to grow the sport, to develop it, to bring it out from the Castries Basin, and that's why we will have schools from the south, from the out districts who have actually been involved. Vidbute, you will see today, is a school that has been involved and has never stopped since we implemented in 2011, and they have continued with the program, and we have invited them once again to be part of the program. So they're there, and we're hoping by next year we'll have, or later on this year, we'll have other schools from the districts out of Castries.
So we are running now a mini volleyball primary school festival. Yeah, just to develop and the children agilities and the children enjoy what we're doing now. Now in this moment, we are taking a little technique on the overhead and the hand pass and on the hand service. And in a while, we let them to play, to expose what they learned till now.
Okay, what about the coaches who have been working alongside you in this program? You also understand it's an evaluation for them. What's your opinion of the program of which that was instituted to have these coaches going out to work with the various schools?
Yeah, this is one of our program we running into the primary school to develop sports in St. Lucia. And with us working, some coaches now in this moment, they are attached to Ministry of Youth and Sports. We're talking about the really players volleyball. They're still playing. They are best players in St. Lucia, but at the same time, they're taking time in this moment to teach with me the children. We're talking about Joseph Clersen and Julian Bisset, a couple of the better players in St. Lucia now, with other players even from the junior team, the female team, the junior team also. And we have also Denis St. Clair. His base is in Dennery. He also helping us in this day.
Okay, so what's your assessment of the standard of play and what you've seen from the youngsters?
So I think St. Lucia have a lot of talent, so that this is to teaching and to allow them to come into the sport. So I don't think so all of them will play volleyball. Maybe some of them will play basketball or cricket, but we start with them to do the ABC in sports.
My role is to pretty much supervise some of our coaches in the field and to make sure that we interact with the principal and the PE teachers to make sure that the program is as efficient as possible within the primary school system and the secondary school system.
Well, what were some of your observations?
Well, what we see is that we're not seeing the kids really proficient in the motor skills, because what you want to do in the primary school is to teach the motor skills at a lower level, and by the time the child gets to 12 and 14, you take the skills and apply it to all the different sports. So we still seem to be having issues with that, where the kids don't have the basic fundamental motor skills. So it's now difficult for our coaches to be teaching them this sport, because you have to have the skills to apply to all the different sports.
So it is something that the ministry will be trying to work on and correcting?
Definitely. We're going to interact with the Ministry of Education. We have an MOU with them, basically to see how best we could efficiently execute the teaching of motor skills within the primary school. So all the children have the basic fundamental skills, so that you could take that and apply it to sport, so that they're going to become proficient in the different sports that they play.
What about the response of the schools, from the principals down to the physical education teachers, when the coaches come into the school? What was your assessment of that sort of interaction for the continuity of this program?
Well, basically, most of the schools we have been to, the principals are very excited, and the PE teachers, to get that help in terms of the technical proficiency that our coaches provide. But we still see in some of the schools that we're not getting that kind of excitement towards sport, because as a society, we're still not showing any kind of excitement towards sport. And I've seen sport as a tool for nation building. So as we go along, hopefully we will see the change in that trend, so that our society will welcome the involvement of sports in all our children, so that we could help to build our nation.
And finally, the activity here today, how do you feel seeing what's going on so far?
Oh, we're proud. We're proud. We've seen a combination of all the work our coaches have done in the primary schools. And now it's coming together of all the children and the PE teachers to have a festival. And at the end, we have a small little competition at the end of the festival. So we're very proud of that.
Thank you.
My philosophy is always to develop leaders through volleyball. It's not a case of teaching people to play volleyball, but through volleyball to develop leaders. And for the last year, I've been working down in the valley, and I've been doing primarily now. I'm working with more with the Richford Combined School. I have some kids that come from the Larry Seuss School as well, but we've been working with them for the last year. I do that about 2 days a week whenever the weather permits in the valley. And in fact, today, the kids I've been working to, people are already making comments on them, they see them do things and figure, well, who are those people, who are those kids? So in my mind, the other thing too, for me, today is one of my best days in volleyball. To be able to be here with the number of 9, 10, and 11-year-old kids tells me, that the future of volleyball is pretty strong. And if we can work from that level, and as we say, we're preparing for what they call it, Commonwealth Games. 4 years from now, you have good kids who are 12 now. In the next 4 years, they'll be 16. Out of that here today, I'm sure we're going to see an under 16 sometime coming out of that. And this is the kind of thing we need to do more all over the island if we expect the sport to develop and go where it should. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty good being here with those kids today. I mean, I'm enjoying myself. I think I'm having more fun than them,
First of all, we get some difficulties with the principals and the teachers in the school. But after we keep pushing to them and telling them the need for us to start a grassroots program in the primary schools, they started understanding and helping us out, to accomplish our goals.
Well, tell us about today. How happy are you with what you're seeing?
Well, I'm very excited because it can show, it's there to show like how much we have put in the schools, how much work we've done, and the kids are improving and they really love the sport. We have a big turnout today.
Okay, and what are you looking forward to on the evaluation? I know you're expecting that the ministry and the schools will be pleased. What is some of the feedback you've been getting? Not maybe just from the official, but maybe from some of the students who are involved.
Well, the kids are really excited. They love it. They always ask me to come back, because they find the sport is very interesting. And I told them so much is there for them in the future, how they can get scholarships. They can play volleyball and represent the island. So a lot of them, they want to pursue that and take it probably for a career.
Okay, first of all, tell us your name and your school.
My name is Sasha Ajan and I attend the Richford Combined School.
Well, how long have you been playing volleyball and how you became interested in playing volleyball?
I think I've been playing volleyball for 1 year and I love it. So I do.
What's nice about volleyball that make you love it so much?
When I have to dig it, when I have to dig the ball, and that's all.
But did you first start playing when the coaches started coming to your school?
Yes. Yes, I did. Started volleyball when my coach came to the school.
Okay, and tell us about today. How are you enjoying yourself being among so many other youngsters today with this particular festival at the Start Playing facility?
I feel good and I have met a lot of new friends. That's all.
And what about the future? Do you want to represent St. Lucia at volleyball and to see how far you can go in the sport?
Yes, I would like to represent St. Lucia as a volleyballer.
You know about the Commonwealth Youth Games 2017. Do you know about it and the fact that St. Lucia, you don't know? Well, okay, well, tell us about the possibility of going on and representing the island. How interested are folks in your school in volleyball, your other friends?
I think the other folks in my school, I think they like it too. Because since I started playing, they started playing with me too.
Cassie John Baptist.
Yeah, and you're from the Carmen Rennie Memorial School?
Yes.
Well, tell us about the volleyball program that was on your school and who was the coach that came to your school?
Well, Coach Oviedo came to my school and I like the program a lot. Some days I couldn't attend because my teacher wasn't letting me. So I just want to say it was nice and I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay, do you know about Commonwealth Youth Games 2017 and the possibility that volleyball could be one of the sports being played, and would you like to maybe be on St. Lucia's team for the Commonwealth Youth Games?
Yes, because I want to make my parents proud, and my mother told me about the 2017, the sports thing that is coming to St. Lucia. So I want volleyball to be in it because I like volleyball a lot.
Okay, so tell us about your own aspirations. Would you like to continue playing volleyball for a long time and that to be a sport that you like to continue?
Yes, because I was playing cricket, but I had a volleyball in it.
Why do you rather volleyball?
Volleyball is fun, more fun. Volleyball is exciting, and volleyball very. I like it, but the only thing I don't like about it is how hard it is.
What's hard about it?
You have to bend your hands a lot. You have to bend your knees. And you have to do all girl warm-ups.
Well, this is where we come to the end of our focus on the Volleyball Festival put on at the SAP playing facility at VG, something implemented by the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. We had a volleyball festival here today. You've been able to see all the techniques, all the drills, and the effort being put in by local coaches, headed by Cuban coach Oviedo, in ensuring that the future is strong as far as volleyball is concerned in St. Lucia. From the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, I'm Ryan O'Brien.